dense Arctic fog slowly parts over an endless expanse of frozen ocean. Massive ice ridges split apart, creating deep, ink-black ocean paths. Fine powder snow swirls in sweeping patterns across a solitary ice floe. Thick frost lichens cover an ancient, frozen rock ridge at early dawn. Delicate ice crystals vibrate under a sudden gust and slide down a wall. A line of massive, heavy paw prints is pressed deep into the fresh snow. A glimpse of thick, off-white animal fur shifts behind a frozen block. A massive polar bear emerges slowly from the dark mouth of its snow den. The giant creature stands fully exposed on a sweeping frozen ice shelf. The animal steps forward, placing its colossal front paw onto the ice. The bear lowers its heavy snout to sniff the dark, near-freezing water. Its small, rounded ears rotate backward, twitching alertly in the wind. The predator extends its long neck, releasing a hot jet of white breath. Powerful hind legs drive forward as sharp claws dig into the slick ice. The beast walks deliberately down a steep, slick slope of powder snow. A short, thick tail presses against its hip to maintain perfect balance. Stopping by a frozen depression, the animal scans the vast noon horizon. Massive front paws scratch aggressively at the hard, compacted snow crust. The bear rubs its heavy shoulder against a jagged ice wall to clear frost. It cautiously navigates a tight, towering crevice between blue icebergs. Swirling ice particles strike and embed into the animal's dense winter coat. Halting on the plain, the creature executes a powerful full-body shake. A massive front paw plunges directly into the freezing, sub-zero water. The giant slides its enormous body completely into the open water lane. Semi-webbed front paws paddle smoothly through the deep ocean currents. Only the crown of the bear's head and flaring black nostrils are visible. The predator swims effortlessly past large chunks of drifting sea ice. Massive front paws grip the rugged edge of a stable, frozen ice shelf. The bear pulls its heavily muscled, dripping body onto the flat ice sheet. Standing tall on the barren shelf, the wet predator scans the horizon. The predator plods toward a sheltered snow hollow at the base of a boulder. It sinks heavily down into the soft snow, concealing its massive frame. The giant creature gently licks its large front paw to clean off salt. Its dark eyes narrow and slowly close to conserve vital biological energy. The silent, freezing night settles completely around the sleeping giant. During the freezing night, the dark, alert eyes of the creature snap open. A transparent membrane sweeps across its dark cornea to clear frost dust. The small, fur-insulated ears of the animal twitch to detect vibrations. The bear opens its mouth slightly, revealing powerful jaw muscles at dawn. Long, sharp canine teeth are perfectly adapted for thick seal blubber. Jet black skin on its lips absorbs the first faint rays of morning sun. An off-white coat of dense, hollow guard hairs shimmers under the sun. Translucent, hollow strands of fur funnel morning sunlight to the skin. A deep parting of fur reveals the jet black skin beneath the white coat. Massive shoulder joints shift beneath heavy muscles built for long swims. A thick layer of insulating blubber ripples beneath the bear's flank fur. This dense blubber layer provides vital insulation and buoyancy at sea. The massive front paw presses firmly down onto the hard, frozen crust. Black foot pads reveal tiny, sandpaper-like bumps that provide traction. Thick tufts of insulating fur grow densely between the creature's toes. Short, thick black claws extend smoothly from the animal's fur-lined toes. Curved, hook-like tips dig like steel crampons into the vertical ice wall. The bear flexes its heavy hind leg muscles to create forward momentum. Partial skin webbing between its front toes expands into a powerful paddle. A long, streamlined neck sways fluidly to keep its head above the waves. Coarse guard hairs mat tightly to form a waterproof barrier over the fur. The broad chest expands slowly, regulating its heart rate to save energy. The hind paws step precisely into front prints to minimize snow breakage. Heavy back muscles ripple as it pulls its massive weight over the ice. Scent glands deep between the toes secrete a waxy fluid to mark the path. The short, fur-covered tail remains tucked flat to minimize heat loss. The fading sun shines through outer fur, creating a soft, glowing halo. This majestic predator stands perfectly motionless under the dark night sky. As a new dawn breaks, the solitary animal spots a seal breathing hole. The small breathing hole cuts cleanly through 2 meters of solid ice. The bear drops silently onto the snow, extending its front paws forward. Freezing its massive body, the bear becomes an immobile mound of snow. Hours pass as the freezing wind blows fresh snow over the still giant. Unblinking dark eyes remain locked onto the center of the watery hole. Black nostrils twitch subtly as they detect air bubbles from the deep. The small, dark muzzle of a ringed seal rises slowly to inhale oxygen. The bear suddenly launches itself upward with explosive, blinding speed. A massive front paw drives downward with tremendous force into the ice. The predator grips the thrashing ringed seal tightly with its massive paws. The bear pins the seal firmly down on the pristine snow, with one heavy paw. Lowering powerful jaws, the bear delivers a swift bite to neutralize it. The prey becomes completely motionless as the bear surveys the horizon. Using powerful jaws, it drags the secured catch toward a safe ice ridge. Behind a block of ice, the animal begins separating the rich blubber. It consumes the vital fat layer to build essential thermal insulation. Pausing to feed, the bear lifts its frosted muzzle to scan for danger. The solitary bear continues its measured meal as the dusk sky turns violet. Swallowing substantial chunks of fat, the giant fuels its body system. The satiated animal slowly walks away from the remains into twilight. It drops its head, rubbing its muzzle against clean snow to clean fur. Sitting on the crust, the creature meticulously licks its massive paws. The bear slides its chest along a fresh snowdrift to groom its coat. Standing up, the bear executes a powerful twist to shake off loose snow. The predator walks with a steady gait toward a towering pressure ridge. Under the moonlight, it finds a sheltered alcove deep within blue ice. The massive predator circles twice to pack down a secure, insulated bed. It settles its heavy body into the snow, resting its dark nose on paws. Its broad chest expands and contracts in a slow, deep, rhythmic breath. One small ear twitches slightly to monitor the low sounds of the night. Dawn of the second day breaks with an orange glow as the bear emerges. The predator climbs a high snow mound to scout the expanding open sea. Across the water, a massive bearded seal lies basking on a lone ice floe. The giant slides its enormous body silently into the dark coastal ocean. Swimming low in the water, it uses drifting ice to camouflage its approach. Only the black tip of the bear's muzzle and intense eyes remain visible. The bearded seal lifts its whisker-covered head, looking around anxiously. Taking a deep breath, the predator ducks completely beneath the surface. Beneath the waves, it paddles smoothly toward the submerged ice shelf. On the floating floe, the bearded seal momentarily lets down its guard. Positioning its body below the ice ledge, the bear gathers muscle tension. The giant erupts from the dark water, slamming forepaws onto the ice floe. A massive sheet of white ocean spray conceals the creature's lunging impact. The heavy bearded seal quivers, desperately trying to slide back into sea. Long black claws anchor deep into the thick, leathery hide of the seal. Driving powerful jaws into the neck, the bear quickly overpowers its prey. Thrashing movements cease completely under the immense weight of the bear. The animal hauls the heavy carcass toward the dry center of the ice floe. Exhausted from the ambush, the bear rests its head and pants heavily. It begins consuming the highly nutritious blubber layer of its catch. Chewing efficiently, the bear transfers vital lipid energy to its body. An ivory gull circles low, waiting patiently for scraps from the giant. The predator finishes its meal as a spectacular golden dusk paints the sky. It steps off the ice, sliding into the ocean to wash its protective fur. Swimming under the twilight sky, it makes its way back to the ice shelf. Standing on the firm ice pack, it executes a massive full-body shake. The bear walks across the empty ice plain, searching for a place to rest. Settling behind a thick ice wall, the bear rests through its second night. Dawn of the third day arrives with a ferocious, blinding white blizzard. Pushing through deep snowdrifts, the bear walks with absolute determination. It raises its muzzle high into the freezing gale to detect a hidden scent. Approaching the flat expanse, it knows a hidden lair lies directly below. The bear pauses directly above the hidden den, locking into absolute focus. The bear rears up onto its massive hind legs, gathering immense force. With a downward thrust, it slams both heavy paws onto the frozen roof. The thick snow roof cracks but holds, forcing a quick stance adjustment. The creature executes a second massive leap, high into the freezing air. It crashes down with full force, causing an explosive collapse of snow. A dense cloud of white snow bursts outward, revealing the interior den. The predator dives headfirst into the crater, disappearing into the den. Deep within the crater, powerful jaws quickly pin a white-coated pup. Lifting the young ringed seal pup, it pulls the catch onto the surface. With a swift, efficient bite, the bear quickly dispatches the target. It begins consuming the rich fat layer as the blizzard continues to swirl. The bear finishes its high-energy meal, while cautious foxes watch from afar. Walking away, the predator pushes straight into the blinding whiteout storm. Sheltered behind a massive ice column, it licks its muzzle to clean fur. The bear rears up slightly, tilting its head to analyze distant scents. Its white silhouette moves like a ghost through the shadow-filled night. Slowing its steady gait, the animal selects a deep snowbank to bed down. Curled tightly into a ball, the sleeping bear shivers slightly at midnight. The next morning breaks with a clear blue sky, casting bright sunlight. Waking up, the creature shakes off a heavy layer of crusted winter snow. Standing up, it walks along a towering ridge, scanning the endless horizon. Stepping onto thin, newly formed ice, it carefully distributes its weight. Catching a faint scent, The predator chooses to conserve vital energy. Its long shadow stretches across the vast ice sheet toward the pack ice. Halting on a high, icy peak, it stares out at the limitless white wilderness. The sudden arrival of summer brings intense sun, cracking the ice shelf. Floating ice floes shrink rapidly, opening up vast channels of dark sea. The predator stands stranded on a small, isolated chunk of melting ice. Turning its heavy head, the animal assesses the vast water barrier ahead. Forced into a desperate journey, the bear plunges into the vast open sea. Under a hazy afternoon sun, the giant paws paddle continuously forward. The sun sets in crimson hues, leaving the solitary giant swimming on. Under the star-filled night sky, the bear cuts through ink-black water. The next morning reveals an endless ocean as fatigue begins to set in. Heavy shoulder muscles flex laboriously against a freezing countercurrent. Waterlogged eyes strain against salt spray, scanning the empty waters. Intense summer heat reflects off the calm sea, making its breaths raspy. Its blubber layer depletes to generate the vital energy to stay afloat. The creature encounters a piece of driftwood, resting its chin a moment. A rogue wave dislodges the log, forcing it to resume its strenuous swim. A heavy oceanic swell rolls over its back, briefly submerging the bear. The bear drops its heart rate to a baseline level, keeping movements slow. Days into the grueling marathon swim, the predator enters a thick fog bank. Paddling movements grow slower, reaching the limit of physical endurance. Sensing a distinct change in the current, it feels that land is near. Black nostrils flare widely, catching the distinct scent of soil ahead. The pale dawn sky reveals the dark, rugged silhouette of a rocky island. A massive front paw finally touches the solid gravel of the island beach. Hauling its fatigued body out of the surf, it crawls onto the pebbles. The bear sinks onto the beach, its muscles quivering from the long journey. Standing up by midday, its dry fur is heavily matted with coastal sand. The predator walks past ancient cliffs, covered in bright orange moss. It enters a shaded rocky cave to escape swarming insects and rest its body. As summer fades, heavy gray skies bring the first crisp frost to the rocks. An autumn snowstorm howls, quickly dusting the tundra in a white blanket. Freezing water begins to slush, forming a thick layer of ice along rocks. Stepping from its cave, the bear scans the new ice sheet at early dawn. The animal tests the fragile new ice sheet with a cautious front paw. Satisfied, the predator walks out onto the thin, translucent ice shelf. It pauses, pressing its black foot pads firmly onto the fresh ice surface. By marking the new ice, the creature reestablishes its vast boundaries. The bear walks past jagged pressure ridges formed by colliding ice sheets. Lifting its massive head, it catches the crisp scent of returning winter. The animal moves deeper into the pack ice as the island slowly recedes. The sun briefly rises and sets, marking the official arrival of winter. The bear walks with a dominant stride across its restored winter kingdom. Deep polar night sets in completely, turning the sky into a dark canvas. The animal begins ascending a massive ridge composed of blue ice blocks. The bear stands on the peak, a monumental silhouette against the night sky. Vibrant emerald light reflects off its pristine, ivory-white winter fur. The predator lifts its massive head toward the swirling celestial lights. Opening powerful jaws wide, it releases a deep, resonant, frosty roar. Triumphant and majestic, the bear looks out over its vast winter domain. Turning its massive frame, it marches straight into a rising blizzard. Walking steadily away, its giant frame slowly blends into the whiteout storm. Leaving the storm behind, an incredible expanse reveals itself to the world. The frozen continent rotates beneath stars, where the giant remains eternal.